Strangers and Enemies, my very first toy review. Well, it's technically the second review, but I'm going to take a mulligan on the first one since my Olga Discordia one was unprepared, unscripted, and a little bit cringe. So, this time around we're going to be looking at PlayArts Kai's Master Chief from Halo 5 Guardians.
PlayArts is a company who I've bought figures from in the past. Or rather, a figure. That being Dante from the Devil May Cry series. My experience was mostly positive with them, my complaints mainly going to the brittle packaging, which houses the figurine, and you can see where the molding was broken on the figurine and the accessories themselves.
Now, if you're here, you probably already know who the Master Chief is, but for those of you who don't, I'll give a brief explanation.
The Master Chief, also known as John, is a super soldier known as a Spartan, who was genetically enhanced for the purpose of fighting against human insurrectionists, and eventually found himself at war with the Covenant, a group of several alien species who followed hierarchs who believed they could get to the afterlife by activating a superweapon known as Halo. There's more to the story than that, but I would recommend that you play the games for yourselves. Halo has been well known for turning even the most die-hard PlayStation fanatics to Microsoft's side. You owe it to yourself to play the game at least once. But with all that being said, let's take a look at this guy. Let's check out the box first. It looks somewhat similar to the cover of the video game box art, or rather the right half of the box, showing the Chief, whilst the left would show a new Spartan named Locke. One thing that's slightly different though is that the box shows off more of the Chief's torso, whilst the game's box would show him more at a side view, cut a little higher up. The box also displays the title Halo 5 Guardians, and below that the company PlayArts Kai, and beneath that the name of the character in question. The front of the box flips open to display the figurine inside, which I have of course removed for the purpose of reviewing it for this video. And on the left hand side it gives you a bit of information on the Chief himself, as well as a brief synopsis of the plot of the 5th game. And on the back of the box we have this amusing attempt at marketing, which seems reminiscent of that of a cereal box, where it encourages you to purchase more of the product to amass a collection of the toys that they hold inside. Of course, if you're like me, you don't need that type of encouragement, you'll just go out and do it regardless. And it also advertises that the figurine has over 20 points of articulation. And it goes on with a disclaimer that the final product may differ from the picture showcased above. Not sure if you can see it in this lighting, but take my word for it. The left and right hand sides of the box show more art, which is a bit closer to that of the art on the game box, save for the added PlayArts Kai logo there, as well as the Chief's name. Let's move on to the figurine next. The first thing that I want to cover is the display stand. This thing was a little bit obnoxious. Where most figure stands would come pre-built with some minor assembly required, this stand came in a model tree, or a lattice, which you actually have to break the pieces off and assemble them together before you can display it proper. Parts where the bolts connect together need to be drilled or punctured before you can assemble it as well. What's more, this lattice was encased behind some plastic, which was attached to the packaging itself, leaving some tears when it was separated for assembly. This is also somewhat of a deterrent, but as they say, out of sight, out of mind. The way that it's packaged leaves it obscured from sight and won't cause too much heartache, unless you're anal about that sort of thing.
A moment that all the Covenant should savor, for the sacred icon has been found. With it, our path is clear, our entry into the divine beyond guaranteed. The great journey is nigh, and nothing, not even the flood, can stop it. Boo.
As for the figurine itself, it remains mostly faithful to the game. It sports an alternate head here with a cracked visor, courtesy of Locke, and an intact visor which I have attached to him at the moment. While we're on the subject of the visor, it looks like there's some sort of a film on it where it hinders its vibrance. When I compare it to my other Chief here, you can see that the gold is much more brilliant. The side of the head here also has a slight gap, which does look like it could be raised to access the visor better, but this could just be a part of the molding. Something else that I noticed when I was looking this over was that it has about 19 points of articulation, including the toes here. If I can just, there we go. Yeah, there seems to be this ongoing trend with all the Halo figures where they have this added articulation with their feet. Don't really have a opinion on this, but that's a bit of a detail that I noticed. One thing that I do have to gripe about, though, pertaining to the design is the shoulder armor. Maybe it's just me, but this look here, it seems like it's a little too low on his tricep, and they protrude a bit too far for my taste. The figurine includes 6 interchangeable hands. The 2 that I currently have installed on the figurine are those so I can display him with the assault rifle here. And this one on the left side, the hand peg here is easier to detach than the other. It's like no effort whatsoever to remove that. It's a little bit obnoxious, but you can probably fix that with some light scoring. This one, on the other hand, no pun intended, is a bit more secure, though the plastic is raised here, which is a bit of an eyesore if you look close enough.
I need a weapon.
2 of the accessories that figurine includes, in addition to the interchangeable body parts, are the M6H Magnum and the MA5D assault rifle. Though the names of these weapons change throughout the series, as do their designs to an extent. The handgun and assault rifle are the 2 weapons that the Chief will start out with in each game. Halo 2 being the exception, as this weapon was never featured in that game. I'm a little disappointed with the way that these guns turned out. Not only do they appear to be lacking in detail, but it's grossly apparent by the plastic tags on them where they were broken off from their mold. See right here that the plastic is raised and they neglected to smooth it out, and the lack of an ammo counter on the assault rifle leaves much to be desired. The figurine also includes this peg, which you can use to holster the weapons on either the Master Chief's thighs or on his back, but, just take a look.
It's not over. Not yet.
And now we come to our final consensus. My thoughts on the figurine? I'm mostly pleased with it.
Ever since I discovered larger scale models, they quickly became an obsession of mine. It was only a matter of time before I decided to add the Chief to my growing collection. Shoulder armor still rubs me the wrong way, and the weapons could use a little bit more detail. That, along with the substandard job on keeping the weapons and the changeable joints secured, but until another company could do better, I find this figurine to be acceptable.
If you're interested in picking up one of these for yourself, they can be found on eBay for roughly $150. Unless, of course, the price has increased or depreciated since this review. Who knows? Hey, you humans change these things up every other day.
Also, PlayArts Kai has other versions of the Chief out there as well from the other games. In the future, I will certainly be checking these out as well.
I hope this review has been informative. And without further say on the subject, here ended the review. Stay tuned for more in the future. Until next time.